Welcome to the video, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about closure and what it means to have closure and why you feel like you need it so much. Okay, so we'll talk about a little bit what the word closure actually means. Okay, so closure is the end or closing down of something, whether that be something physical like a building or like a library, let's just say, for example, or something emotionally that you're shutting down. So closure a lot of the time it's something that you want to achieve and it's something that you want to get. So it makes it easier for yourself getting over the fact that something may be over. Okay. Now the human brain always tricks itself into thinking that it needs something. So a lot of people look for closure and cling to closure for an idea of where they stand. Okay. So let's put this in like to a relationship aspect. Closure for a lot of people, they just want to know that it's over. They want to make sure that there's no possibility of this or that happening, because it would make it easier to get over a certain situation. Now, your brain is going to want to try and get closure just so it can feel like it has a logical meaning and a justification for the way you're going to act and the way you're going to proceed with your life. Okay. But the ultimate truth is that we don't need closure. We don't need it. Closure is more of an idea, and also the human experience is way too vast to actually put a close to something. Especially a relationship that you might have been in, because people do change a lot, and there's different life circumstances, and there's different reasons why people want to be together. So closure is never really. It's not real. It's not a real idea when it comes to the emotions of people and how people interact with each other. Now, it will for a time frame. So when you do get closure, for a certain amount of time, it'll feel like you're free. Like the chains have been broken. You know the answer before you've even got it. Okay? So it comes with a bit of self-uplifting, I want to say. It gives you that. It makes it easier to understand your relationship and how you interact with others. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as actual closure, because everyone changes. Everyone's constantly changing, especially in the world that we live in today, where opinions are easily flip-flopped and switched out for whatever is in the popular consensus at the time. So closure is more of just a good idea to have. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who is never really got the closure that they wanted, you should look at the smaller signs as closure. So when they stopped asking about the specific things you did in your day, or when they stopped talking about the hobbies you were interested in, or when they stopped asking for music that you were listening to, take that as closure. Take that, the sign of them slowly losing interest in you, take that as a closure. You don't need a big grandiose thing. You don't need to have a final talk. You don't need to have any of that. Closure is just more of shutting down an idea and shutting down possibilities for yourself. So for some people, it does really well. Closure does help a good lot of people, and it does help a good few people. But also, once you have closure, you don't really know what to do next. That's what most people's problem is with closure. Once they have closure, they just don't know where to go on from there. They're just told that they should look for closure, but don't actually understand what closure means. But yeah. So this longing for this closure and this emotional connection to be over is something that everyone kind of wants, or they just want to get back together with their ex or whatever, right? You stay yearning, guys. But the idea of closure comes really good once the acceptance phase is over on your 5 stages of grief. But it doesn't really. People don't know how to handle closure. They don't know how to deal and get on with things. Just because they've only heard that they should get closure, but they don't know what to do after they get that closure. They just don't know how to get on. It's very easy, to be fair, especially when closure does happen. Even with me saying all of that, though, closure for the majority of people is really good. It's something that really does help them. and it really does set the path for where they're going to go. So instead of looking for closure, just accept that things are over and that it is closed already. Because closure is just something that you want to believe, something that you want to believe in after it's already over. So then you don't have to continuously feel a certain way. But yeah, what do you do with closure? Nothing you can really do. It's just more of looking at the fact and accepting what's happened. And most of the time, closure is just reinforcing ideas that you already had about the relationship or about that person. It's reinforcing thoughts that you were already having previously. But it is good though. It is good to get closure. But if you don't get closure, that's fine. You will move on. You will eventually find your footing and get a step ahead of people. Now, what do you do with closure? I don't know, dog. No. I don't know if you can read that, but do something. Do something. Usually what I would say is try and do something creative or just try and do something that makes you happy. So like for instance, if you like going to the bar or you like going clubbing on the weekends, right? Once you get closure and all that there, just go do things that you enjoy. Just be happy. You don't need to wallow in this sadness anymore. Even before you get the closure, but especially after you get the closure. Because after the closure, like there's no going back. The closure is the final end you can get to. So once you do have it, you don't need to suffer anymore. And it's hard. It's easier said than done. You know, you may have got closure, but you still feel so strongly about this person and you care so deeply and all this, but it's over. It's over. You've got closure. You know it's over. Look at the literal definition of that word, closure. It's closed. It's done. It's finito. Okay. Now, what you can do with closure is you can reflect a lot more on the relationship, which is something that I've said previously on a different video. But especially when you get closure, you can actually look at the relationship objectively, because you know it'll never happen again. So you can actually take a step back, take away any personal feelings you had towards the relationship. Sorry, take any account of how you felt for that person or how you felt in that moment out of it, and you can actually observe the relationship and say where you might have went wrong or where your partner may have not treated you the best, or trying to find these wee things, so you can fully understand what that meant for you. Because once again, every relationship is just trying to learn about yourself a wee bit more. Every relationship you get into will hopefully have a good effect on you. Obviously, they're not all going to end up happy stories. Sometimes people will be a villain to you, and sometimes you will be a villain to other people. But you'll always walk away with something, and something that you'll understand a wee bit more about the world, about yourself, about individuals. It'll just make you more aware, I think, and especially more self-aware, because I think we all do it when we're actively about day to day. We're not constantly thinking about who we are and what we're doing. Sometimes we do things and we act on impulse, which is just the crux of who we are as people. Impulse and habit. That's where it comes from. Impulse and habit. So, yeah, a good few people out there, they don't get closure, and that's sometimes an okay thing. Because you don't need closure. It's a good thing to have, and it helps you conceptualize and contextualize everything. Oh, well, not everything, but it helps you contextualize your relationship at least, or what that person meant to you. But it isn't crucial. It's not something that is particularly needed to get over somebody or to get over a certain event, or it's not needed for personal growth. It comes with or without. And it's a good thing to have, as I've said before with all my previous statements, But if you don't have it, it's fine. You will get on. The closure will come slower, because the other person's input is just simply not there. But you will get closure eventually, just from yourself. Spending some time with yourself actually brings you closer to closure. Giving yourself that self love, telling yourself about all the things that you're interested in, just keeping yourself you, just being true to yourself. And it's hard. It's hard sometimes. I personally, I do a little bit of meditation, just to try and not try and figure out, just to try and block out the noise sometimes, and actually understand what I'm thinking and what I really want. So I do recommend it. I wouldn't say it's not for everybody. Like, I wouldn't say fucking get down, do the fucking whatever pose. I don't know. I don't do the poses like, but I do fucking. I said that. Fuck's sake. But yeah, it's good to have closure, but it's not necessary. It's not crucial. You will eventually get over the person and what that person did or how they acted, but it'll all wash over. Think of yourself as like sand on the beach, okay? So imagine you write a message in the sand and the waves come up and it goes back down, the wave comes up, it goes back down. Then your message slowly becomes closer to the tide, okay? It eventually just all washes away. Everything goes back to the status quo and who you once were. That as well. Closure for your self-identity helps out. Okay? Closure for your self-identity does help out. But if you don't have it, it doesn't mean you're going to lose yourself. You kind of already understand who you are. It doesn't... Now, depending on who you are, depends on how deeply you know yourself, but yeah, you'll always be you. So it is always good to love yourself, because you're the only company that you'll have to be around forever. So you best like yourself, or you best be doing something to improve yourself. Yeah. A little bit of a morbid video, but hey guys, I got bored. And I like making videos. Thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't have to, but if you did, it would be nice. If you comment like some video ideas, because I think I've been lingering on this topic a bit too long. Yeah. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please. Please, pretty please. I said pretty please, so you have to. Bye bye. Bye guys, bye bye.